I'm Mel, I'm 22 and I'm from London. I travel because I found that in my few times going abroad, I've learned so much more about culture and food and music and religion and life than I ever did in a classroom. Acceptance means, even though you may have your initial prejudices and judgments, that you do understand that everyone actually is more alike than they are different. So I've recently come to realise, after a recent trip that I went on to South Africa, that acceptance while travelling is not only about accepting other cultures and customs, but being accepting of the fact that things are going to go wrong has been a really important learning curve for me. During my time in South Africa, many things that were often quite out of my control went wrong, and I was on my own, so I had to be quite resourceful, and I had to use the sorts of energy and knowledge that I had of how to kind of negotiate things and make the situation better for myself as someone who is in a very foreign country and someone that was quite far away from home. For that reason, my journey to South Africa really taught me that you have to be accepting when things don't go the way you want them to, because otherwise you're not going to deal with them properly, and you're stuck there anyway. The way that I have perceived myself as an accepting person and an accepting traveller since my trip to South Africa has changed, in the sense that before I defined acceptance as someone who goes travelling on quite black and white terms, so I really only saw it as having to accept certain traditions and customs of the place that you were visiting. But actually, acceptance while you're abroad is a lot more than that, and it's sometimes quite a personal thing. So you may have to accept that things very often go wrong, and that is very often out of your control. And for that sense, you're not really able to change that much about the situation, but you can change how you deal with that. And one of the ways that you can change how you deal with something is by accepting it first, and then thinking clearly about how you can resolve the situation.